advance into third. Jackie Bradley, Superman in the alley. And how about the appreciation from these fans? A spectacular catch.
Salvador Perez, the 2-2.
Now from the borough of Queens in Flushing, New York, MLB The Show has baseball. And before we get on with things here this evening, a look at the two starting lineups we'll see featured tonight. Chris Miller. Okay, let's take a look at our homestanding nine as they enter play here this evening. They've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Always important to play good baseball.
Chris Miller, first pitch on the way. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number. Chris Miller. First pitch coming. He swings at the fastball here and lifts it into the air to shallow center. Houston comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2. Chris Miller.
They're getting a little too much elevation. That could come back to bite him.
He makes good contact on it as this is going to make its way through into left field for a base hit.
Corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
And this is going to wind up as extra bases as that'll play 1 for sure and maybe a second. And the runner is in from second. And he is in to score as well. Avalos will get the ball here as he looks to get the...
This should be something good.
The 3-1 pitch. Swinging a ball hit hard on the ground to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is... He waits, now the pitch. Now he sends a routine fly ball out to straightaway center. Miller is there now, and he has it, 2 gone. And no tag at second, he'll head back.
120 feet from home plate, hauls it in. What a great catch by Aaron Hicks.
Big lead again.
MLB The Show has baseball on tap from lovely Citi Field. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Chris Miller. Change up more and more as this day progresses.
And the first time through the lineup.
Meanwhile now, this is a fair ball down the line in left, and that ought to be good for extra bases. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
Well, you'll see how late he is on this fastball. I mean, he nearly takes this out of the catcher's glove, but somehow he's able to steer it fair down the line, and he cruises in with a double.
Yesterday. 2-1 pitch is swung on and hit in the air out to center field. Miller will wait on it. 1 gone. Not going right for him offensively here in this first month of the year. Now the 0-1 is swung on and lifted out to straightaway center field. Miller is there, 2 gone. Chris Miller. 4th inning, 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really...
Here comes the 1-2. 1-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air out to center field. Miller is right there, 1 down. And these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of. Here he comes on 2-2. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Ball on the outer half, then it just flat disappears on you, and you're left wondering, what happened?
Miller is there, and he has it for the first out. Chris Miller. Here's the 1-1. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. On to first, and he's breezing through the 8th here with 2 quick outs.
The Tigers have done it. For the 4th consecutive year, they are champions of the American League Central Division.
With everyone.
Nighttime baseball now from the district as you get a look inside beautiful. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller. Here comes a 1-2. And he couldn't get on top of it as this has popped up behind shortstop. Escalona comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number. Nobody out. He's set. Now the pitch. Runners off for second. In the air to right center. And that'll get down for a base hit. And the throw will go to second as they get the force out. Chris Miller. Here's another 1-2. And they're going to have a leadoff base runner here as the fastball's lined into left, a base hit. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw, not in time. He's in there at second. The 3-2 now to Machado. Now a ball hit back up the middle. But the throw will be well late. So a good play, but it's all for naught as that'll be an infield single. Chris Miller will come in now. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Now the 1-2. 1-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air out to center field. Miller is going to have room out there as he puts this away to Chris Miller will stand in now. And what
big impact on the outcome of the ball game.
And this is hit hard on the ground to first. The second for one. Onto the pitcher covering, and he dropped the baseball. And as a result, they'll be forced to settle for just the one. Ready now on 1-1. To the hole left side, and it's through, a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And the run is in to score from second. 1-2. And he goes down and gets this one as it's lifted high into the air out to medium deep center. Miller is underneath this one as he tucks this one away to retire the side. So a save opportunity now here in the... Here's the 1-1. And this is hit well towards the hole. Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game.
By a former football player, that looked like he was heading into the secondary and evaded the free safety. 2-1. That is into left field. Cespedes giving chase, not going to get there.
And we're going to have a pinch hitter to start things out here. Here comes the 1-2. Now a swing and a ground ball. And here's Freeman at first himself to record the out.
And the Giants once again.
Afternoon baseball now from the banks of the Anacostia River and Nationals Park. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Chris Miller will come.
Clean sweep.
Pause, now the pitch. Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. The second for one. On to Freeman, and they get the double play. Chris Miller. The 1-0 pitch. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Pitch. Now the 0-1 is swung on and lifted out to straightaway center field. Miller is there, and he has it for the first out. Chris Miller for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance, and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful. Wow. And how he managed with that swing to wind up with a double is beyond me. Hey, that's baseball.
The 1-2. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. And he'll get in there safely. And the throw goes right over the head of Freeman at first. Now another 2-2. A ball hit hard to the left side. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. Chris Miller. The 3-1. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw on to first will finally retire him as the... Chris Miller will not tolerate leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
And a good take. Here's the 1-1. And this is hit well towards the hole. And a sliding try, but it's through, a base hit. And they won't push things here as they'll hold the second.
This has been a great pitching performance so far. They've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
Miller is there now, and he has it, 2 gone.
He'll advance into third. Jackie Bradley, Superman in the alley. And how about the appreciation from these fans? A spectacular catch.
And now the 1-1 delivery, and here it is.
Now from 7:55, Hank Aaron drive. A look at Turner Field. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller.
For something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, you won't come within a foot of it.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
A changeup that totally bottoms out contact on that one.
He's set, now the pitch. Ground ball to second, this could be 2. Desmond for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is... Now here it comes. 0-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air out to center field. Miller is there, and he has it for the first out.
This ball's not even in the strike zone, but he chases
The
after.
guy on 3-2 with 1 out. You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
And he misses again as the command is depth. He's ready, now the pitch. And he reaches out for 1 and may have chased it as this is skied into the air to straightaway center. Miller, patrolling center, makes the play, 1 out. Chris Miller. And ball 4 here on the intentional walk, so now they'll have a force at any base with over on the mound to start the home 7th here tonight.
It's really a pitch you'll lean on, especially when he needs that ground ball, but even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
And that's through into left and back to on 2 base hits. No errors. And ball 4 here on the intentional walk, so now they'll have a force at any base with 2 men out. Ready now on 1-1. Here's a line drive. That's down. It'll give them the lead and then some. The go-ahead run will score. 2-run score. And he will score as well. It's a 3-run double, and they've broken our tie.
The Tigers have done it. For the 4th consecutive year, they are champions of the American League Central Division.
Big lead again for Peralta. Holiday a safe lead at second. Adams swing.
A picturesque look there at downtown Atlanta and Turner Field. And before we get on with things here this evening, a look at the 2 starting lineups we'll see featured tonight. Chris Miller, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
That seems to fit the pattern, but
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. Now a long throw home. And the run will score as the Phillies are off to a 1-0 lead.
I'm trying maybe to carry a little of that momentum over from last night. He gets a pitch he can handle right here, and he's going to give his guys an early lead here as that makes the score 1-0 here.
Chris Miller. Here's the first offering. Now he turns on a fastball and sends it deep down the right field line. Houston is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So now here's the pitch. Well hit high in the air and deep to center field. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that comes set. Now the pitch. Swung on and lifted into shallow center field. Long run, but he gets there to track this one down. The problem is he's got the shutout working for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him.
1 sec as that ball is into the gap in right center. Should be good for at least 2 bases. And he's not stopping. He wants 3.
Man, this is how you break out of a cold streak. This is his 2nd hit of the ball game, and this one goes for extra bases. You could see that confidence is slowly starting to come back at the plate.
Chris, another payoff pitch. And this pitch misses here. It's ball 4, and they've got a leadoff base runner aboard. Chase it for strike 2. Here comes a 2-2. Pitch outside. The throw. Not in time. He's in there at second. 3-2 pitch. Oh, and it misses. Ball 4, and that will force home a run.
Football player, that looked like he was heading into the secondary and evaded the free safety.
With everyone standing at Dodger Stadium, Kershaw pitches. Carpenter swings off the wall. Molina scores. Adams scores. Jay scores. Carpenter. He scores 3 with a double to right center, and the Cardinals lead 7-6. What an at-bat